Welcome to She Who Wrenches, a Mercyverse reread-along podcast. I'm Brittany.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Kelly.
Today we're mostly talking about Bloodbound, but everything through Blind Date with a Werewolf is fair game, including fair game. Spoiler howl?
Ow!
Ow!
For what it's worth, I think mostly is doing an awful lot of work in that sentence.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly.
In case you don't remember, this is the one where we first meet the creepy teen vampire witch / wizard / everything, eat that Sabrina, and chase a demon-riding vampire all around the mulberry bush. Today we're starting with chapter 4.
And now it's time for Recap Guy!
So Mercy gets awakened by a phone call. She said, Stefan, it's 3 a.m. You must need a favor. He says, Mercy, I can't help it. I gotta go check out a new vampire. So Stefan arrives and knocks on the door and goes, Mercy. And she goes, who's there? And Stefan goes, you may come in, Stefan. And she goes, you may come in, Stefan, who? He goes, thank you. Vampires always check thresholds with knock-knock jokes. Stefan is in his vampire suit and shows Mercy her studded harness for the coyote shape. And Mercy's like, oh no, are we going to another S&M furry convention? And she's like, fine, but I'm not going to call you Vlad the Impaler again. And then they leave in the Rabbit in speeds of excess of 35 miles an hour. And they arrive at Motel 666. And Mercy smells fear on Stefan. And Stefan's like, oh, a shit happens. Speaking of that, if I die, tell the mistresses it was I that short-sheeted her coffin.
I want her to know it was me.
Yep. And so they knock on the door, and Corey opens the door, looking like an extra from the Tri-Cities Buyers Club, and invites him in and says, don't worry about waking anybody. They're dead asleep, and giggles. Stefan and Corey do a game of the Vampire Dozens, and Corey's like, you got no soul, but you are a soldier. And Stefan's like, no, bat boy. And then Corey gets mad and goes, it's just all in all, just another bed through the wall.
Oh, no.
Corey tells Stefan to call him Rock Me Asmodeus or Urkel. And Stefan's like, no, I'm going to call you a squib. Corey gets mad and pushes the vampire reset button on Stefan's forehead, then brings in the hotel worker and says, we're all going to get made tonight.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and Mercy tries to nope out, but can't. Corey reminisces about the before times and how he wants to make vampires great again. And Stefan's fangs and claws come out and his eyes glow red and he puts on a Mava hat.
Oh, no.
And Mercy's still just trying to nope out. And then she gets a little space and she can lunge and grabs Corey by the neck, grabs his throat, but it just tastes like Clamato, and Corey plays the mattress with her and throws her up against a wall. Mercy wakes up, and Stefan and Samuel are having an awkward silence contest, and Mercy tries to stop it, but realizes coyotes can't talk. And then Stefan offers to take her out of the harness so she can shift, but only if they put on Motley Crue's Girls, Girls, Girls.
Wow.
Oh, it gets worse. But wait, there's less. Okay, and then Stefan and Mercy go over the night's events and accuse each other of being as inaccurate as a recap guy, then throw a bed through the fourth wall. Stefan's like, by the way, the same thing kind of happened with my bat boy Daniel. He doesn't remember a lot of stuff. And then, oh, look at the time. Do you have an unrealistic sized closet I can sleep in? And Mercy's like, right this way in my third bedroom.
No sweat. It also happens to be virtually empty.
Because that's what mobile homes are known for. Space.
Space. Mm-hmm. Especially the single wide.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The spacious second story is what everyone loves about a single wide mobile home.
Don't forget the basement.
And that basement, yeah.
So then Mercy goes and showers until the well runs dry. And then has a peroxide sitz bath, but still feels dirtier than a piece of toddler's peanut butter toast in a sawdust factory.
I like that one.
And then,
it doesn't redeem all the rest of them, but it does get you. Yeah, you do get points for that one. That's good.
And then she goes to work because she can't sleep with all the vampire and werewolf BS going on in the huge single wide. And then Z and Mercy talk about Thrall Demon Sweat live. And Tom Black shows up asking not safe for work questions. And Mercy tells him he's fake news and like, Dan, I'd rather not. Then Mercy gets enrolled in the werewolf protection program and stays at Warren's and has dinner there. Big dish of beef chow mein. See if Kelly gets that one. Then Ben wonders why Mercy doesn't like her just because he's an a-hole. And then the phone rings with a winning trip for Mercy and two of her closest bodyguards to the vampire Seethe. And that takes us up to now, if there are any listeners left.
We had to have some to begin with, so.
At first, we need listeners in order to lose them, so. Hello, listeners.
So.
Yeah.
Hello and goodbye.
It's been nice almost knowing you.
Yeah, so they're going to go to the Seethe.
We love a good Seethe. Who among us hasn't spent an evening hanging out with the vamps?
We didn't talk about it before, but I did sort of like the touch that they have ways to try to simulate sunlight without actually letting sunlight through. And also it's night, so there wouldn't be any sunlight anyway.
Every once in a while, there's like a casual mention of a coping mechanism. A thing that werewolves do or a thing that vampires do that is something from what their life was like before.
Self-care for the preternatural.
Every once in a while, we get those little nuggets of, treat yourself when you're supernatural. And I appreciate them. I think they're kind of fun to... that's the kind of stuff that makes the world building work for me, is those little casual mentions of the mural of the sunrise on the wall because nobody will ever see another one. Like the casual mentions. That is like super cool. So I enjoy those little pieces. I think they're fun.
So they go in and Mercy's joking about it's like a scary movie, which makes you kind of want to have somebody jump out right then, but apparently we didn't get a jump scare.
I thought that too when I listened to that. Every time it's like, this really feels like a scary movie, and I'm like, now here comes somebody gonna pop up out of the shrubs, out of the tumbleweeds, like ha, but no.
The little skeleton head and shoulders on poles at Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Okay, I had a thought that I need to derail the podcast with.
I'm shocked. Here's my shocked
Can
face.
Faye listen to heavy metal?
I don't know how long of a derailment that joke needs to take.
I mean, Iron Maiden, Z can, but...
Depends on the metal. There you go.
Yeah.
Iron Maiden is off limits. Mötley Crüe, totally fine. Because they would pronounce it, is it Mötley Crüe? Because they wouldn't understand ironic umlauts because they put them in the band name because it looked neat, not because it was actually how you're supposed to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they're known for being extremely well-read, so it's odd that they would have missed that.
Maybe Z is also the only one who can listen to Led Zeppelin.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we discussed lead that much. Silver, iron.
Yeah.
Arsenic even at one point, but I don't think we ever discussed lead. So
and then with the Old Lace. Yeah. Arsenic and Old Lace.
I know.
Well, obviously Eric needs to write this down on in the official recap guide notebook so that we can ask this very important question the next time we talk to Patty. Patty, we have this burning question. The internet is desperate for an answer.
Yeah. Patty's not going to talk to me.
Not after you ask her that. That's why you get to do it.
Well, I mean, not now, but
not
maybe
now.
before.
So, yeah, very much this is the jump scare portion of the program. Psych! That's totally not happening. Now we try to actually enter the Seethe.
I don't remember anything that was that significant until we get to the chair.
Yeah, because Mercy looks at the chair and feels like
she feels
it like
magic stuff.
Yeah, Mercy and the Odd Couple rolling down the hallway. That's all we really know.
Yeah, Warren and Ben are flanking her.
Now we get to the chair.
Covered in old blood
Yeah.
and has a thrum of magic.
Reeks of magic. This is apparently the vampire's court. So Wapner rolls in, ignores everybody, has a seat. Judge Marsilia eventually makes her dramatic entrance. We're just going to add all the judges to this one, right?
Judge Reinhold.
Also, the other thing that I thought was weird in this is like all these vampires show up to like sit in the bleachers. Was there a ticket system for where they're supposed to? Like, is it general admission? I have.
Do
so many
vampires
questions.
have jury duty?
Right. How did they get here?
And also, it's night court.
I know.
Yeah.
Why can't I remember Harry's last name? I was going to add Judge Harry, but I can't think of his last name on the show.
Anderson?
That was his name in life. I don't remember the
Life.
judge's name.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But yeah, now I'm going to have to go look it up so we can add that to the list.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No
night
bull.
court. I have so many questions about this. I know there's no bailiff involved. Like, yeah, there's a whole lot going on here that I really need to know more about.
Really need to be, because like isn't just the master of the Seethe, mistress in this case, like aren't they just in charge?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we're in the US, we're in the new world, so it's not like there's a Marok or a Marok, either one of the vampires.
There might be soon.
We're not that far yet. Marsilia comes in and is very excited about the new improved sampler platter that Mercy brought with her this time. While not actually named Sam, is like, oh, good, you brought hors d'oeuvres. Demands Stefan be brought to the room.
Yep.
And also Daniel, whoever that is, and then we find out later, he was apparently a wizard hors d'oeuvre, and that's kind of the problem. We get a feeble attempt at objection that gets overruled for some reason. Everybody in the room starts giving Mercy the eye.
Yeah, I think it's one of those like creepy vampire things where like the person in charge can just make them all do stuff in unison, and it's creepy.
It's creepy.
This scene also introduces Wulfe, which is one of my favorite characters.
Mercy noticed he's swaying
To her heartbeat.
He's so, yes, creepy AF, but super interesting because every time a plot brushes up against him, we get like a new layer of the supernatural onion.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or at the very least, the wolf onion. I mean, he shows up for 2 seconds in the Smoke Bitten, and and he's like says, "I don't want to die," and he's lying, and that's all we get. Like, oh,
yeah,
okay. And even in this book, like when she later on in this book when she finds him and she's trying to find Andre, and he's like, "You could kill me if you wanted to."
Yeah.
Like some hints of that kind of thing.
It's very much that please don't throw me in the briar patch kind of a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the Coach Beard of the Mercy universe because
he really is.
Every time you have another interaction with him, oh, he was an axe throwing champion. Oh, he spent 2 years as this. Oh, he's a prison record. Oh, every time we meet Wulfe, it's another, the time I spent, honestly, at some point, I'm just really expecting a casual mention from him of, that stretch of time when I stood in for the Marok in the 600s. And I just kept the seat warm because he went to Hawaii for, like a century and then came back. Like, I expect every time he talks, I'm like, what do we get this time? What's it going to be? Because it's always something new.
Because he's wizard, white witch, vampire.
Yeah, the white witch was another one.
That's
who knows? He could even be fae. We might learn later.
No, there was like a
touch of fae in
a
him,
tiny bit of fae. Yeah. Well, and now, like, what's he going to be like after Mercy sort of freed him a little bit from
Yeah.
Bonarata.
Yeah.
We have no idea what he's going to be like when we next see him
Yep.
because we managed to still not have seen him in the next book.
For a while. Yeah.
Well, it's been a minute because we're waiting in real time for books to get written. But I think it was only one book we skipped over him.
Well, and I don't think, I think there was only,
It was only
Yeah, 'cause
Winter
it was like-
Lost.
it was like,
Yeah.
because the other one
It's
is
soul-taken.
Mercy and the vampire named Wulfe is like the whole book before that one. And then,
yeah. And then
yeah.
Winter Lost and then
this one, which is
a
like,
seal.
yeah.
And next it's going to be Alpha and Omega. So it's going to feel, because in our time
Even
it'll have been
longer.
like
Yeah.
4 or 5 years
Yeah.
by the time we potentially see him again.
Yeah. So next time we get him, who knows what we're going to hear him tell us? He's going to sashay in and be like, oh, yeah, me and Sherwood were married in the 1830s.
Want to know how he lost his leg?
Yeah, and Sherwood's like, I told you to wait in the truck. You know, like,
Yeah.
who knows what he's
Wolf
going to pop
nodded
off.
off.
Low blood sugar is a terrible thing, guys. Yeah. I was hungry and he was delicious. The end, right?
Yeah. Besides, I'm a leg man.
Yeah. Well, speaking of sacrifice, here we are, sitting in front of the chair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were told to go retrieve Stefan. Stefan gets DoorDashed up to wherever the chair is. Like,
Well,
guess-
Daniel
Yeah.
especially, because he can't hardly walk.
it-
He's so
right.
starving.
Do you think they use Uber Eats for that?
Yeah, you order the food and then eat the driver.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like a solid business model. Who's not doing door vamp right now? Like in Tri-Cities. Like whoever that is going to corner the market. That's just a license to print money.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I can already picture the ad in the Tri-City Herald. Want to work nights? Set your own schedule?
Yeah. Or Stefan can work as a
Apply for door
delivery. Yeah, because he can teleport
Oh, yeah.
and get there.
But it drains him fast to take somebody else with him.
But if you're taking your snack with you,
Yeah, I guess.
yeah.
But do they share or is that not hygienic?
That's a good question.
Well, I guess Andre had a bite of Daniel, so.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So now we got to get down to brass tacks on the chair.
Ooh.
Apparently, Wulfe built the chair too, and it's a palm reader.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're going to have Stefan go first in his testimonial and get lots of chair stuff and including Wulfe being like, oh, it's true or it's not true, because he's
Right.
apparently the lie detector
Because
in
he's
this
translating chair into vampire.
Yeah.
situation. Right, yeah.
I speak Barcalounger.
With that accent, though, it all sounds like Lazy Boy to me.
Yeah. Anyways, Stefan's like, yeah, so I wanted to take Mercy with me to do this just in case, which is Marcelia's excuse to be like, hey, everyone, in case you forgot,
Yeah.
Walker
Walker.
here. In case you get real hungry, Walker here.
And apparently, she really, really, really wants it not to be rabbit season, but to be walker season.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hunting walkers.
So we get interrogation.
Stefan's telling it in detail, but like what he remembers. And Mercy was like, ooh, this was grosser than I thought. And it was pretty gross.
But doesn't, well, at the end, Wulfe is like, well,
Wolf
that's.
stops him.
Yeah, it's like, nah.
like in the middle. And
That's
he's
how
like,
he remembers
he's like,
it. But
wait, this is what you remember, but you don't think it's true. And he's like, well, yeah. Like, okay, keep telling what you remember that's totally not true. Okay, cool.
It turns a little bit into a I know that you know that I know that you know kind of a thing with like, this is what you remember, but not what you think, and da-da-da-da, yeah.
They have Daniel go back up, but he can't even do it until after he is force-fed because he's
Yeah.
been
He's on
dying
hunger
from guilt.
strike. Yeah.
Mhm, yeah.
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 Poor little Catholic Daniel. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just like, well, how could you have gotten gas for your car if you were under the threat of bloodlust? So therefore, the car has gas. You must acquit.
Yeah.
I could not come up with a better rhyme than that.
Yeah, the gas don't fit.
If
you
the
must
gas
acquit.
pump fit, yeah.
Yeah.
So like, okay, Mercy, come on up.
So Mercy takes a seat. Mercy gets the chair. Gives her version of the story to Judge Stone. I looked it up. And says, here's the deal. And I call shenanigans on everything else. So she puts her hands on these big old things and she's like, you know, this sucks. And man, that's a lot of magic. And boy, howdy, this is uncomfortable. And, you know, gets both hands in there and is like, that's going to leave a mark. So then she gets interrogated with like some of the same questions. Like, here's what he said that is different. This is what I saw.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that she was like, she found herself going into more detail than she intended, and you wonder how much of that is from the chair. Mm-hmm. And Bernard was like, "Hey, you can't take it both ways. That some of our magics work and some of them don't." Even though Walker,
Right.
and
I also thought she went into more detail because of the chair, because I sort of got the feeling that the same thing was happening to Stefan, that he wasn't wanting to go into all of the detail that he had and didn't seem able to stop himself.
Yeah, the chair's
maybe
pulling it out of him.
Yeah. I did enjoy she was like, I'm fine. And they're like, that's not true. And so she like, I don't like this, but I'm going to be okay in the end.
And then Marcelia tries to get her with a gotcha question.
Would you?
Yeah, would you
hunt one of us?
Would you hunt us down?
Two
He's
trains
like,
leave Chicago at the same time. No.
Yeah.
She's like, well, that would be stupid.
That would be...
Yeah. That's one thing about all of this from the get-go that I always appreciate is that because, and maybe it's just because I have a long and storied history of answering something before I thought about it first, and occasionally my mouth has run away with me a little bit. So the fact that Mercy has the presence of mind in this in every moment that we've had with Mercy so far, but also in this exact moment in a room full of known enemies, everybody knows that they know that I know that they know that they know that we all are not friends, and sitting in this magical chair and being buckled into it by each palm and being compelled to testify by all of this and worrying about Eb and Zeb that she brought with her, brother Daryl and other brother Daryl, who are sitting in the back, like, super tense about the whole thing. And, like, in the midst of all of that goes, well, that would be stupid. Who would make a decision instead of just like, well, yeah, if you pissed me off enough, I sure would. Like every moment where she stops and thinks about the thing or just doesn't say anything, I'm sort of in awe of all of that, because I'm like, what is that life like?
She's like being like a fae there, lying with the truth. Like,
Yeah,
exactly.
That would be stupid.
It would be
that
stupid.
would be stupid. Yeah.
The other thing I think it was this book where Wulfe is like, oh, I can taste her truths, strong and pungent, or something like that.
Yeah,
And I was like,
it was this.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That her truths were also like extra.
Yeah.
So Marcelia's like, hey, okay, fine. Go find him over apparently 4 weeks, but she couldn't just say 4 weeks. She had to say Sedanites.
Yeah. 'Cause we all know what a Sednite is.
Mm-hmm.
4 weeks to find them, or otherwise we'll assume you're wrong.
Yep.
And he's like, okay, I'll get Daniel to help me.
Yeah. So the clock's a ticking. Yeah.
Mercy needs a little help
Getting off the chair.
getting her hands unstuck.
It's so comfortable, I don't want to leave.
Yeah. Seriously.
And then Warren and Ben are like, yeah, so we're in too. We're all going to be a demon vampire hunting team. No Buffy included.
Yeah, we're the Wolf Pack vampire
We are
demon
the
hunters.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're the TC demon hunters, the Tri-Cities demon hunters, who are all, and Stefan combining all of his years of friendship and all of the time that he has spent with Mercy, tries to go, no, sweetie, the grown-ups will handle this.
Yeah.
Which is another moment that I'm just like, really? Like,
Yeah.
have you met your friend Mercy?
Yeah. Did you read the last book?
Yeah.
Well, he at least phrases it in the not the pat on the head. Now, dear, we've got this, but it was, I could have gotten you killed. I can't let that happen again.
While on the one hand, I appreciate the sentiment. On the other hand, I'm still like, yeah, Stefan, do you even read? I think she kind of is in that same boat. Like, I appreciate the sentiment and thank you for trying. Here are some nice parting gifts because you have totally lost right now. You win a month's supply of rice-a-roni. Let's hit the road.
And you and your friends won't be turned into Capri Suns on the way out by the sea.
Yet. Maybe not tonight. Like,
Maybe not tonight. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we cut to Mercy's like, hey, you've been giving me bad bodyguards, Adam, and I'm really sick of Honey in particular.
I think Honey is really interesting too. I really like when we get more time with her and stuff as we get to know her better. She's one of the ones I like. As we get to know Mary Jo better, I'm a little more sympathetic, but I don't like her any better.
She's not my favorite, but
Yeah, certainly not my favorite. But I think Honey is really interesting on a bunch of levels. Like as we get to find out more about her, as we get more layers of that onion, it's very much I think that she's really interesting, like because of how much she loved Peter and because of how she evolves and her role in the pack evolves as we continue and all of that. I think that she's a lot of fun, and I really appreciate the sort of begrudging friendship that we watch evolve over the series of these.
Yeah. Her relationship with Honey improves while the other deteriorates. I mean, Mary Jo's improves again later, but like Arielle's still a struggle. Whereas they kind of used to be okay. I don't know.
Yeah, it's up and down with her, and we know why. She lives in Eugene.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mercy tries to tell Adam that she wants to cancel her Bodyguard subscription, and he says, you can't do that over the phone. We have to do that in person.
Yeah.
Thanks, AOL. And she's like, no. And then the next day she's like, I give in. Like 2 sentences later in the book.
Yeah.
But she's like, okay, I give up. But she had to like put up with another day before she was like, okay, I guess not. But I this sounds like their very first time sparring, which is interesting because now they do it all the time. It's like, oh, I could go full speed.
Yeah.
It was kind of awesome.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I liked that moment of the, ooh, wait, I don't have to pull anything. I don't have to pretend. So.
Yeah, and they try not to hurt each other still, but like they don't have to slow down.
But at speed, yeah. Which is probably why it's really fun because she has spent all those years, suiting up with the normies, and that's as much as she likes it, it's not her idea of a really good time because she's still gotta like sandbag a little, and there's no sandbagging with Adam, which I think is part of why it's so much fun. And I think it's a huge point in his favor at this point. I mean, if I could do this all the time.
Part of her complaint about Honey is that she's afraid she's going to lose Gabriel as like a helper because he's got a crush on her, and then his mom will like freak out and not let her work there. It turns out it's a totally different werewolf that she freaks out and doesn't let him work there for.
I was going to say she's half right. There's a werewolf doing what? I am not letting my children anywhere near this. Just wasn't Honey. Yeah.
And this is the first indication of like, oh no, she's a serious fighter. Yeah. Despite the pressed jeans that you see her in, like she's a real good fighter. She has beaten Daryl a couple times. So
yeah. Which is fun. This is that first layer of like, oh, maybe there is more to you than
and she's actually dominant.
More than just a pretty face, right? So
yeah. He's like, well, Bran ordered for you to be watched night and day, so
yeah. So that's what's happening. Yeah.
Even though he's not up in the daytime.
Even then, so now now Mercy's like, oh, great. So now I get to speak to your manager. That's fun.
So we're gonna have to wait, I think, to find out if anything scintillating happens in this dojo until next time, because we sort of got to wrap up now.
Yeah, we do.
So on that scintillating cliffhanger, since we assume everybody's already read the books, yeah, so we'll pick up next time barely into chapter 5. Thanks for joining us. Farewell, Howell. Oh!